Hi, I'm Troy McClure. Hello everyone, Connor Whitmore here again with another video for you on the Nawtystep channel, and today I'm going to be doing a live review of the new remix compilation from Excision and Wooli, Evolution, the Remixes. Now those of you who have been around long enough may remember my thoughts on the original EP between these two. I wasn't the biggest fan, which would be putting it very lightly, you know, across the 4 tunes. It was, I found, very starved of creativity. It just didn't do anything. When I say that the British style of music has already exhausted itself, that it's a style bereft of invention, where everything sounds far too similar to a kind of copy and paste extent, and people ask for examples, I point straight to that EP. Here though, we've got a pretty star-studded list of remixes on hand to kinda hopefully bring those ideas to life a bit, and a wealth of different dubstep styles on show as well. You know, some could even go for genres other than dubstep, who knows? But yeah, here's hoping we get at least a bit of invention. I'm hearing all 8 tunes for the first time here. I'm going to talk about them as they go on and summarise along the way, and I will spend a bit of time at the end talking about the compilation as a whole. So yeah, let's get to it. And first up here we have the Kompany remix of Lockdown. Okay, here we go. Kicks could have a bit more depth beneath them. Fake out. Snare, man, you can hear that. I mean, from what I remember, I can't remember the original completely, but not massively dissimilar from it. Not sure it does all that much. Oh. Ooh, that was a pretty nice switch, but again, you can hear that snare. That one's okay. Yeah, that. Like, I must say, I did enjoy that switch for the second drop. That would have to be my favourite part about the tune. I'm not sure the drop ideas did all that much for me, especially as a kind of mutation and refashioning of the original, which is what it's supposed to be, you know. It's got that heavy, hard appeal, it's got a kind of classic Kompany stamp on it. But yeah, for me, feels like he's doing his style a disservice here again, you know, just going for that loud approach and not much invention or ingenuity here. The intro and outro were, you know, decent, not bad. Overall, after my first listen, that would have to be my thoughts on that one. Okay, next up we have the Volpe remix of Oxygen. Okay, here we go. Shot. Fake out. Snare, man. Again, snare. It just needs a bat. Like, that contrast is so essential in unleashing an idea fully. It's got that classic loud staple in your face, glaring kind of Volpe approach, but you don't get the full effect of it if it doesn't have that beneath it with the snare. Like, I'll never stop saying it. For me, it's impossible to get the full effect of a drop if it doesn't have the necessary backdrop beneath it to unleash the stuff on top. Another fake out. Oh! Oh, I like those. I think he put his stamp on that tune quite well, you know. It's clearly a Volpe tune. Those kind of, as I said, glaring and blaring synths just kind of shouting at you basically, which is in many ways what I love his style for. As I mentioned as well earlier, does just need that more sharp and refined backdrop beneath it. You know, I've heard it so much from him before, defined percussion production wise, and it's like I just can't get the full effect of that good stuff he's put on top if the backdrop just isn't solid and rounded enough to kind of back it up, if you get me. But yeah, the surrounding stuff was fine. I think he used the vocal well. and yeah, the transitioning was good as well. So yeah, overall, not bad, not bad. After that, we have the Samplify remix of Evolution, which is of course the title track here. So yeah, let's get to it. Oh, I like that. It's quite decent. It's quite decent. Snare is a bit overblown, like a bit too impacted, if you get me, like a bit boof, like it doesn't sound like a broken record, for fuck's sake. Oh, that's a bit better. You can hear that lovely energy to it as well. I'm liking the swipes and growls as a kind of mix of elements and sounds. Like, not a special idea. I'm not sat here like, wow, like blow me away kind of thing, but the choice of sounds, even though he's not doing anything that inventive with them, is good. Oof. Oh, that is mean, actually. That's just kind of getting under my skin and like bubbling underneath. Bloody hell, he's going through all the snares here, isn't he? They all sound completely different, those snares. Like, some are impacted, some are sharp and refined, some are a bit tinny and a bit like... That's gonna have to be my pick so far. I mean, again, as I mentioned, you know, not spellbinding ideas, not something completely taking me aback, but I think for him, even the last year or so, I've been feeling like he's, again, the kind of thing of just not being as inventive as he has been before, and I think that just brings it back in a bit, you know, a bit more grizzle to his style and a bit more gnarliness, and the production a bit more rounded, and some cheeky little ideas in the interlude sections as well, with vocal sampling and whatnot. And yeah, for me, I think it just felt quite together and rounded structurally, but not wowing me per se with the idea, but one of my favourite tunes from him in the recent past, I would have to say. Yeah. Okay, moving on, the Must Die remix of Another Me. Yeah, let's go. Is this what you want? Is it what you need? Maybe everything is what it seems. You never wanted to see. Ooh! Okay. Ooh! Ooh, double drop. But that was savage. Let's go. This contrast is sick. Okay, the impact of that one isn't quite as... You can just hear that percussion. You can hear that snare again, man. Where is the body in that percussion? Like, it just needs, like... Why would you change it up? I just don't get it. Like, why would you have the percussion in the first drop works so well, like, it's so impactful? Why would you just make it more lacking in body and kind of substance for that double drop? I just don't, because that first drop was sick. Like, it had the impact, it had the flavour, it got me, and I was moving along with it. Oh! Oh, that is sick. Those little fuck, man. Is the same thing gonna happen here? Yeah, like, come on, man. Why? It just, like, completely folds in on itself. Like, it's so flat, that snare, and just... I appreciate the idea. I appreciate that, you know, development, that more reaching up to the heavens, you know, high pitch, airy vibe. It's quite exhilarating and all of that. But, I mean, yeah, just... When you have two different types of percussion in one song, surely you can hear, when you're making it, just which one smacks so much harder than the other one, and just why you would, you know, do one and then the other be completely different when you can just transfer one over to the other and the impact can be exactly the same. Maybe, you know, just maybe it'll be different when I hear it on headphones for the first time. as opposed to my speaker here, but it confuses me. It confuses me. The good stuff we get is pretty fucking fantastic. The gnarliness of that dubstep, you know, quite contorted and twisted and just making knots in your stomach. There was other stuff in the surrounding parts which was good as well. The way, again, that he used the vocal, which worked for it. But then those double drops, which I've touched on enough by now, which, yeah, do just bring it down a bit, I have to admit. So, yeah, it's got its ups, it's got its downs. Okay, following that, another Lockdown remix, this time from Heritage. Enjoyed a couple of songs from his new EP. Let's go.
Warning. Sensor overload. Initiate.
Big old build. Oh, I like that. I like that. Decent idea, decent transition into it as well, but you know what I'm gonna say. Like, what is going on there, man? The transition is so, like, it's good, but the impact of what follows just isn't felt at all. Listen, like, surely you can hear what I'm saying. Like that percussion is really good. Oh no, 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 no. Just no musical flavour beneath that. Like, it's like there's no, I don't know, like, as a construction of elements, it just doesn't have warmth beneath it, you know, no kind of thing pushing it forward. It's just like skeletal, it's bare, it's empty. There's nothing to get into, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just elements being pushed together. I appreciate his style a lot. I've heard him make fantastic music, Heritage, and I really like songs from his EP he just put out. But, I mean, the elements, you know, you can bring them together, but you can't just do that. You have to make them glue and gel and have some kind of thing, you know, bringing them together and kind of being that flavour that really melds them and makes it something that, as the listener, actually sounds like, you know, tasteful, you know? The builds were good, you know, I'm not sitting here saying that the whole thing didn't work. You know, of course there are parts that did work, but man, my lasting impression has to come from what we get in the heaviness, which, you know, has its odd, you know, flicker and some good sounds in there, and the transitioning, I think, does work in principle, but when you have what follows after that, it just, the impact isn't felt, and the transition doesn't work as a result. So, yeah, those would have to be my thoughts on that one. Okay, next, the Hi I'm Ghost remix of Oxygen. Yeah, let's give it a whirl. It's good so far. Liking this intro a lot. Ooh. Ooh, nice mix of moods there. It kind of went very quickly from being quite euphoric to really beastly and dark, so that was good. Really spiraling out of control now though. What the fuck's going on? Okay. Oof. Very good interplay there between sounds, you know, lovely dynamic and awareness of where stuff is placed. I like that one. I think that might have to be my pick so far, if I'm being honest, as a kind of, I think every section here had something really going for it. So the introduction, grand, scenic, lovely musicality on show, and a good mix of sounds as well. The drop, the first drop we got, quite a mix, as I said, of like euphoric and very dark and haunting. and it very much keeps you on your toes. And then that weird kind of interlude midsection moment that kind of spirals out of control and feels very uncomfortable in a good way, I think. And then that final flurry, which was just probably the best production I've heard from Hi, I'm Ghost so far. You know, I've had an issue before, but that felt far more refined, sharp, clear, if you get me. So yeah, a pretty complete number here, I would have to say. It's good. Penultimately here, we have the Calcium remix of Evolution. Been a while since we've heard from him, if I'm not mistaken, but yeah, here we go. Very quiet. Now very loud. Interesting. I like the energy of it. You know, it's got that classic Calcium liveliness. The percussion almost sounded too loud in comparison to everything else. That's better. Quite cheeky, quite oozy. I like that. Yeah, some sick sounds in here, to be fair. I love all of that bubbly, gurgly stuff. Quite swampy and oozy. Yeah, that fucks me up. Oh yeah. Impact of that wasn't fully felt considering how long the fake out went on for. Yeah, I mean, not bad. Not bad. I think, again, it's one of those where it has kind of equal amounts good and not so good. I really like some of the heaviness here, you know, in particular that double drop with all of that gurgly, oozy stuff that I touched on before. But then there are also points where the kind of EQing maybe, or the kind of mixing and balance between elements just isn't that on point, and the surrounding sections are okay, they're fine. No real worries there per se, and also not particularly blowing me away. So yeah, again, one of those that kind of some good, some not so good, and it balances itself out for the most part. But yeah, my thoughts on that one. And finally here today we have the remix of Another Me Again by Wales this time. So yeah, let's do it. It's a decent vocal, to be fair. That snare, man, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Nice reaching to the heavens feel here, euphoric, it's kind of breathing life into me, and that snare, fucking me up. Double drop, is it gonna fuck me up even more? It's gonna be darker, you can feel it. Yeah. Not a bad idea, you know, quite savage, quite gnarly, but as a contrast, I think from the first one it works, and also, the snare's sick. The snare's like, it's moving me. Yeah, this is nice, very pleasant, and the sound is rounded, so you get the full effect of it, you know? Maybe a bit more overblown with that snare than the first time around, but still, it's still good. Oh! Oh yeah. It's not blowing my mind, it's not taking me aback, I'm not like, fuck, this is incredible, but it's solid. The sounds are decent, the sound is like rounded, full sounding. Oh. Chills, man. I'm not even joking, yeah. Like, that outro is probably one of my favourite snippets of the whole thing. Man, that was lovely. The kind of slowing down of it and different pitching and just note choices with the vocal. And yeah, a really, really nice way to round it off. A fantastic mix there of euphoria and darkness, you know, savagery, gruesomeness. Another one here that I think has a complete feel to it, you know, every section I'm getting something from, and they work together well, and the transitioning and development of it just works as a whole body of music. So yeah, that one I enjoyed as well, a decent amount. But in terms of my overall thoughts with the compilation, you know, as with most comps, for me it's a bit of a mixed bag. It's okay. Some stuff I'm not big on at all, some stuff is alright, and some I'm liking a decent amount. I do like how we got each song remixed twice. You know, they could have overdone it, Excision and Wooli, with the amount of tunes on show, but I think we get a good amount of them here for me. And a good range of styles on offer as well. Quite bereft of ideas really grabbing me, but most styles I think can be heard clear here, and the treatment of vocals I think across the board is good as well. Nothing blowing me away. I think some Must Die heaviness here runs close, but some solid material that I'll be going back to again a few times I think. And my favourites on that note here would have to come from Hi I'm Ghost, Wales would have to be my top two there, and just below that Must Die and Samplify. But there we have it, my initial thoughts and reaction to the new compilation, remix compilation from Excision and Wooli, the Evolution Remixes. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. What did you guys make of the comp? Do you have a favourite or favourites from it? Let me know and drop all of your views, thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to give it a big old thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell along the way so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video to the channel, and my social media accounts and the new Discord server are linked below. And if you want to find some more live reviews on the channel, I will link them right here. But beyond that, keep it naughty. If it's naughty, then you know. And I will see all of you legends in the next one. Peace.